Hello, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I'm your host, Airsoft Al, and I'm here to make a little bit of an announcement and even, well, want to start a discussion with you folks. We've picked out our 200th review. Yes, 200 reviews. We're damn near close to that. And yes, this should show you guys that we do plan them out in advance. We're not just going to pull them out of our ass like magic.
Of course!
Ladies and gentlemen, the 200th gun has been selected and is the Valmet. No, not that Valmet, but oh god, I'm going to talk about her in a media review, I can assure you. I'm going to talk about Jormungand in a media review, I can assure you that. But either way, no. Ladies and gentlemen, the Valmet I'm talking about is the Valmet RK62M, or Valmet RK62 modernized rifle used by the Finnish forces. Oh, Finland. Of course, you're probably scratching your head going like, well, wait a minute, do we have an RK62 in Airsoft? Yes, and no. Yes, we do have an RK62 in Airsoft, and sad to say, it's made by JG.
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, JG, the guys who made the AK-12, and well, we all know how that turned out, don't we? Thankfully, thankfully they do keep the RK62, but they do change it to avoid what I can assume a lawsuit. Which to the company that makes the Valmet, please sue them. They bastardized the rifle, and you have every single right to sue them because they bastardized the rifle. Ladies and gentlemen, the RK62 that we have in Airsoft is this thing right here, and let me go ahead and tell you right now, it does not look anything like an RK62.
What? What the fuck? Nice fucking model!
Let me just go ahead and give you a side-by-side comparison. Here's the modernized actual RK62M, and here's JG's. Do you see the problem here? Let me just break it down for you. Because, and yes, you're going to get a little mini rant out of the way before the review even starts, but do not worry, we're going to get into that in a bit, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do to actually change it up to actually look like the modernized RK62. Ladies and gentlemen, the RK62 comes with the RK62M comes with a buffer tube for a collapsible stock, which of course they've used Magpul on their RK62, which, thank you for doing that. And for JG, they decided to go with a full stock, full AK stock. Okay. Secondly, the RK62 is, of course, one of those guns that's chambered in 3 different calibers. It is chambered in 7.62 by 39 because they're very close to Russia, and in their mindset, it's like, okay, we need to, if we go to war with Russia again for a 3rd time, which I think Russia's learned its lesson by this point in time. Don't go to war with Finland. Just don't. You've learned from the Winter War, and you learn from the Continuation War. Do not go to war with Finland. They want to be able to use basically Russian ammunition. Number 2, the second caliber is of course 5.56-223, and they still make it, especially in the civilian variant. Thank you. And finally, 308 and or 7.62 by 51 NATO. Once again, thank you. They do make a civilian variant, and you can bet your britches, Jimmy, that I want all 3. Because seriously, 3 of the same gun chambered in 3 different calibers, but work primarily the same. Yes, please. Thank you. Number 2. The setup of the magazine release for the RK62 is it has the primary magazine release and the back plate, which protects you from accidentally bumping the magazine release, which was designed primarily for use with gloves. Because if you have a big old glove and you have it on there, you could accidentally bump the magazine release with your very big snow glove. JG, on the other hand, not one in sight. Moving on. The final one is, of course, the muzzle device. The flash hider and or flash suppressor, whichever one you want to go with. Basically, the muzzle device is designed a little differently. There's 2 different types for the RK series of rifles. You have the big triangular one, which is sort of similar to the FAL flash hider in a sense, to where, or I should say the L1A1 service rifle, the SLR in that it has a bayonet lug directly on the flash hider. The RK62 does have this and has had this since its inception in the 50s. However, the more modernized one has what looks to be I want to say it looks like a combination of the early M16 flash hider and the SCAR heavy flash hider with that big round. Yeah. But I think it still has a 3-prong. Again, it's a little weird. It really is weird. And while the original RK62 flash hider does have that bayonet lug, the more modernized one is set up in a way to where you can easily put a suppressor on it. Or a silencer, whichever one you want to go with, in terms of terminology. The JG, on the other hand, has the birdcage flash hider.
You can't be this stupid! You can't!
So, while, yes, I am not one to try and say that it's a bad thing to modify an original design, even though Finland has already done that so many times, that, Finland has this motif. Finland's a great gun. Why would you fuck with a Valmet? Come on, it's a Valmet. JG, for some god-awful reason, decided, you know what, to avoid being sued, let's just completely get rid of the things that make the Valmet, and just turn it into a amalgamation of what would happen if the Valmet did not have the things it does to make it very iconic for the finish, and basically a cool-looking rifle in general, and make it look like a stereotypical AK that basically was a combination between the AK and the Galil, and basically just it together, and it just... Why? Why? Why would you... The rant will come in the video. Now, you're probably thinking, Al, you just spoiled your rant. Oh, no. I gave you a taste of that. I gave you a taste of the rant that I'm going to be doing in the 200th review. And I can assure you it's going to be a godly rant. But, what am I going to do to basically turn this thing into a Valmet? Well, thankfully enough, I've already got a Classic Army lower in terms of an AK with the buffer tube. And much like the Valmet RK62M, it's going to be OD green, much like the actual rifle itself. It is going to have the same style of OD green as the rifle as a whole. It's going to have this buffer tube right here, just like the rifle. However, once again, it is a little different in terms of the lugs here, but we're not going for total accuracy, we're going for correcting what JG did not. Again, JG, why the fuck would you... Either way, though. What else am I going to do to the RK62 by JG that's going to make it actually look like more of the RK62M style of rifle? Well, obviously, I'm going to try and find a 3-prong flash hider that is close enough to the one that's used on there for mounting suppressors or silencers actually on the gun itself. I'm not going for one with the bayonet lug because, well, to my knowledge, I don't believe we have one that has a bayonet lug in Airsoft. Unless we're talking about the SLR, which, even then, is one of those things, you know? Secondly, the entire thing will be OD green. Again, I'm wanting to make it as close as I can to the actual RK62M. Why? Because unlike the Chinese, who pissed me off and basically insulted the Poles with the Viz 35, and once again pissing off and insulting the Finnish with this thing, I'm going to basically try and make it as accurate as I can to the actual Valmet rifle, because in my opinion, if I'm going to have a gun that is made by a country who not only kicked Russia's ass once, but also twice, I believe a gun that I'm going to be rocking on the field should be at least as close as possible to the gun that is used by actual Finnish forces and deserves the respect it deserves. It's like saying an M16. I mean, it's like having an M16, but not it looking like an M16. Or let's say an AK, but it looks nothing like an AK. Or an SKS that's been bubbled up to the point that... You get what I'm saying. If I'm going to have a gun, I'm going to make sure it has the respect it deserves. I want to make sure that it looks exactly like the gun it does, because I want to show that country its respect, that it is owed, it is deserved, and it bled for. And to anyone out there who actually knows the Valmet and understands the Valmet rifle, please comment in the comment section down below a flash hider that would actually be close enough to the Valmet RK62M flash hider that we have in Airsoft, be it the Griffin Arms or any other flash hider that's on the market right now, that would be close enough to what I'm trying to do. And that's been it. Thank you all for watching. As always, I've been Airsoft Al, and let me know in the comments section down below what you think of JG's slap to the face of the Valmet RK62M. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all in the next... Well, before I go, of course, obviously, I need to say this because YouTube has, of course, this weird thing. Would you kindly consider subscribing, liking, disliking, commenting, and hitting the notification bell, as well as, if you would so kindly, consider donating to our PayPal. It's folks like you that actually give us the ability to have this 200th review happen, and I would love you guys to help out with future reviews. And if you want to sponsor a review, then consider sponsoring the review of a gun you want seen review, or at least help out with a review in the future. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all in the next video. Till next time, later!